How's it going, guys? Right, following on from my huge 2600 haul the other week, I managed to actually get a massive Intellivision haul this time. So I've got a huge box of Intellivision goodness inside of here, so handle with care, TV games. So I'll come back to the box in just one sec. So in there I have got an original Intellivision 1 console, which is actually one of my favourite looking consoles. It's kind of got all the greatness of sort of a 70s, early 80s console. So it's got an attractive sort of German chocolate plastic finish, lovely brassy kind of panels, and then quality on a console can be judged by how much wood grain it has. So it has a nice strip of wood grain back and front on it. So yeah, I think it's a really good looking system for the time. Now I'm not going to take the control panels out. I have another Intellivision and I took the panels out to play on it, and I cannot for the life of me get them to sit flush in there. So I'm going to leave this one in there. But anyway, if you've never seen one of these before, it's got a great sort of telephone keypad on there, which you put these basically like little sort of sheets that go over the top, and when you're playing different games, each button does a different sort of command, and then you've got like a sort of like a bit like a jog dial iPod, like a very basically early kind of iPod jog dial controller sort of thing there. And then on the side, I will slightly take it out a little bit, you've also got sort of your fire buttons on the side there. If we can still get this thing in, please. Yes, right, nearly in, sort of. The actual console itself, fairly basic, you know, you've just got a on and off button there, or reset, and then on the back just your sort of power and sort of AV jack, and then we've just got the cartridge slot on the side there. So that was the console itself, in pretty good shape, all working, so that's cool. Right, so let's move on to the big box of goodies I got as well with it. So few different games in here, some of which I have not played yet at all, so it's going to be interesting to have a go on a few of these a bit later on. Right, let's just pick a stack then. So we've got Auto Racing. Now these games are all in pretty damn good condition. Now inside here, pretty much on all of them, they've all got the cartridge, they've all got the little control panel sheets which slide over the controllers, and the instructions. So yeah, it's real nice to get them all sort of in really good condition. And again, the boxes aren't crushed, so they're all in, you know, considering these are, oh man, these are pretty much as old as me, so if not, yeah, no, I'm slightly older than this, so they're over 30 years old, so you know, to be in that good condition for 30, pretty damn good. So that's Auto Racing. Then we've got Lock and Chase, Intellivision Bowling. A few of the little screenshots on the back there, that's quite good. Snafu, I think that's possibly how you say that. Looks a bit like a kind of a snake stroke sort of quicks game. Right, next stack of bits. Horse Racing. So yeah, that looks intriguing. Space Armada. Again, which looks like a generic kind of Space Invaders clone. Astro Smash. Slightly like Missile Command by the sort of right up on the back there. Skiing. Some quality downhill action there. Then, what else have we got here? Golf. Which looks pretty good. Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, not just regular Dungeons and Dragons, advanced. So, goodness, how what that's going to be like. That'd be quite interesting to have a go on that one. Let's see what else we got. Space Battle, tennis, standard sort of tennis game. Soccer or soccer. Armor Battle, a tank game. I've got the cartridge of that, but it's cool to get a nice boxed up one. Tron Mazatron. Now Intellivision had, I think it was like 3 games that came out, Tron games. So I've got Mazatron, I've got Deadly Discs, there's one more I still need to get. Sea Battle as well. Actually the Deadly Disc game is actually really good on the Intellivision. Triple Action. So it looks like an airplane kind of game, a tank game and a driving game all there. So there was that little lot to start with. And it also came with basically like all the sort of instructions. This is kind of cool, the Intellivision catalog. So basically all the games and stuff that you could get. There's Tron Deadly Discs. And one I do actually really want to get hold of is Burger Time, one of my favourite games. I love that game. So that's kind of cool to sort of see all the different screenshots of all the old games. And there was all the instructions for the actual unit as well that it came with. Now this was the one thing I was actually quite excited about to get hold of, was actually an Intellivoice. Now this came out sort of early 80s, and it's basically like a speech synthesizer unit that you plug into the side of the Intellivision, and there was about, I think, 5 games that would actually sort of speak with you. Now there was if you've seen some of the adverts for the Intellivision back in the early 80s, if you have a look on YouTube now, just type in Intellivision adverts, and they always used to be Intellivision versus Atari. And the guy, I forget his name, George, anyway, this guy George would come out and he'd go, Intellivision, it's amazing. And then he would go, Atari, it sucks balls. And he would just go how rubbish Atari was and how amazing Intellivision was. And there is a Intellivoice advert as well, how it's just like showing the Atari game just going boop boop boop, and then the Intellivoice would come on, and it sounded kind of like a calculator stroke speak and spell going like so anyway, but a funny advert, you should watch that. So this is the Intellivoice unit. So I said I haven't got one of these, and I was definitely quite happy to get hold of one. Still comes in all the original wrapping as well, and this is the actual unit itself. So it's got the same luscious German chocolate colouring in plastic and the matching sort of brass plating on there as well. Now this sort of straps into the side of the actual console, and I will literally show you now. I'll change camera angle and we will show you the Intellivoice up and running, and you can see how amazingly, hilariously bad it really is. Right, so with this bundle I also got 2 Intellivoice games as well, one of them being Space Spartans, and I also got B-17 Bomber as well. So let's get these up and running. Right, so this is the actual Intellivision itself, which is a pretty damn long console. And then they decided it was a good idea to strap another 7 inches of Intellivoice onto the outside of it. And they're not done there. Then we take basically one of our games, Space Spartans. So we'll click that in there. Get it in, click that in. So that is now one pretty damn long console. Impressive, even by Sega standards. Right, so for this we're going to use my amazing Boots Audio 12 black and white television. We'll turn the volume down a bit to start with. Turn that on. Wait and see if we get a bit of a picture. We'll get the Intellivision on, and then I will reset it to get it, you can hear the speech until it clicks in. Alright. Okay. Alright. You ready for the power of the Intellivoice?
Mattel Electronics presents Space Spartan.
Let's see if we can just get it going a bit so we can hear a bit more of the speech. We can get it going.
Hello, Commander. Computer reporting.
A female voice as well.
On. 13 aliens. Under repair.
That's loud.
Level 10,000. Hyperdrive repair off. Southeast 1 under attack. Southeast 1 under attack.
It does kind of sound like a cross between a speak and spell and a Cylon out of Battlestar Galactica. Right, just turn the volume down and we'll put B-17 Bomber in. Okay. Right. B-17 bomber. So you've heard the yes, the man's voice, the woman's voice, the Cylon's voice, and then they thought it was a good idea to put this one in as well. Let's wait until it gets loaded up. Right. And here we have the redneck voice.
Mattel Electronics presents B-17 Bomber.
B-17 bomber. I don't know what's up with it now. Obviously losing, have to tune it in a touch. There we go. Right, let's get this going a little touch. Ooh. So the premise of this game is you had to basically go over to Germany and bomb the Germans. I have no idea how to play this at all. See if we can get any more speech out of it. Doesn't look like it. I know this is meant to be a truly horrible game. So we'll leave it at that. Right, so that has been today a quick look at, yes, my Boots Audio luscious black and white television, the Intellivoice, the Intellivision, and my big Intellivision pickup, the Intellivoice, and all the games. Again, really nice collection of titles there, and again in really nice condition. I said all that lot was £30 for everything, so I was well happy with that. Alright guys, thanks a lot for watching, and I will certainly catch you in the week with some more reviews. You take it easy.
I'll try almost anything. So when Mattel Electronics asked me to compare their Intellivision games with Atari, I gave it a try. I compared Atari baseball with Intellivision and found Intellivision played much more like real baseball. Then I compared Atari football with Intellivision. Again, Intellivision played more like the real game. In my opinion, if you try them both, there's only one conclusion you can come to. Intellivision from Mattel Electronics.
Because Atari sucks balls.
That's it, man. Game over, man.